Hey, what's up guys? Houston here. And for those of you just finding my YouTube channel, welcome. Please remember to hit that subscribe button and that bell. And for those of you that's been following me and supporting me, salute. And for my faithful patrons, double salute. Now, today's video, we're actually going to be talking about how to get $50,000 in Discover Business Credit Card funding. Now, understand that this is about stacking and starting with Discover Card. Now, the reason that you may be trying to get funding is because you may be trying to do real estate investing. You may be trying to invest in cryptocurrency, or you may be trying to just buy a few cars to put on a car rental platform like Toro. Now, here's some things that I would tell you guys, and this is very important. Look, I'm not a big proponent of net 30s. However, this is a strategy to help you to get the maximum amount of funding, right? So starting with Discover Business Credit Card. And so in order to do that, I would suggest that you get about four four to five of these here net 30s in order to help you build up your business credit file. Now, first one I would tell you about is Schertzy. Now, Schertzy is Equifax, Credit Safe, Small Business Financial Exchange, and Sonia, as well as National Association of Credit Management. All right. Now, those are business credit reporting companies, and they're very important to your journey if you're trying to get up to $50,000 in funding. So that's the reason, again, that I'm telling you, start with these net 30s. All right. Now, in order to get this account, you have to be in business at least 90 days. You can't have any negative derogatories on your business credit file, and you have to use your EIN number, right? Now, then you have Suma Office Supplies, and they report to Experian and Equifax, but they will actually give you a letter of reference to report to the credit bureaus as well. Now, Quill is definitely important, and the reason is because Quill has a component in it. So if you're bootstrapping your business, it can actually help you fund your business to a certain amount. So that's the reason Quill is here and not Granger, Seaton, and Uline. All right, and then you have Wise Business Plan. Now, understanding that you don't have to get a business plan in order for Wise Business Plan to report. They have other business credit products as well. So they report to Equifax, Experian, Dun and Bradstreet. Then you have NAV. Now, NAV have the Business Credit Boost, and then they have the Business Loan Builder. So if you have one of those, then they'll report to Experian, Equifax, and Dun and Bradstreet. And that's very important that you keep this in mind, because I'm going to show you why. Now, let's talk about this Discover card and why it's important that you should start with those net 30s, okay? One, okay, with the Discover card, it's going to report on the personal side and the business side. On the personal side, it's going to report to all three bureaus, and on the business side, it reports to Experian and Equifax. All right. Now, you can get it without actually having net 30s on the file, but you have to have a good credit, 1 year in business, 100% owner. But one of the good things about the Discover, even for the business credit card, you can actually do a pre-approval. So with that pre-approval, you can find out how much you qualify for even before you actually apply for the card. Because when you apply for the card, it's going to be a hard pull. It's going to pull on your Equifax on your FICO 8 score. Okay, so the minimum score is a 670 to get the card. All right, so that's just some of the things. And the reason that you wanted to add those net 30s first is because their limits start at $500. But if you're trying to get higher limits of credit from Discover, then you definitely want to add those net 30s, okay? Now, this is very important, and most people don't even talk about this. Look, if you're trying to build up your business credit, especially if you're trying to get funding, especially when you're talking about high dollars like $50,000 and everything, here's a tip. One, whenever you apply for a business credit card, they ask you how much do you want? You never give them a number. You tell them, I want the max. Okay? And then let them put whatever the max is, and then you can negotiate from there to see can you get qualified. But do not give them a number. Tell them you want the max. Okay? That's on the business side as well as the personal side. Now, talking about these banks to build your credit, business credit, and your business credit score. American Express, because they report to Small Business Financial Exchange, Dun& Bradstreet will pick that information up. So I'm going to talk to you about Small Business Financial Exchange for a minute. If you are an individual that's trying to get an SBA loan, okay, and you've been denied, you maybe because you don't have a Small Business Financial Exchange file, because they will pull that, and they will pull your Experian FICO score, your FICO 9. So those are the things that they're actually looking at. So if you're missing one of those two things, that's probably what hurt your chances of actually getting funding from the SBA. All right. Now, the other banks that I would definitely tell you is Chase Bank, which reports to Experian, Small Business Financial Exchange, Dun & Bradstreet, and Equifax. Capital One, you have Dun & Bradstreet, Experian, Small Business Financial Exchange. Citibank, you have Experian, Small Business Financial Exchange, Dun & Bradstreet, and Equifax. Bank of America and Wells Fargo do not report to Dun & Bradstreet, okay? They will pick up, now Bank of America, they will check your Dun & Bradstreet, but they do not report to Dun & Bradstreet. They will pick up the information to decide in terms of the business credit card they want to give you. And Bank of America pulls from your FICO 8. Wells Fargo pulls from your FICO 9, and that's very important when you're trying to get funding to know which one you should be going with. I would tell you always go with Wells Fargo over Bank of America. Okay? Now, they both report to Small Business Financial Exchange. Then you have U.S. Bank. I like U.S. Bank because what happens once you get approved with a credit card with U.S. Bank, what ends up happening is that every 6 months they'll look at your credit file and they will increase your credit limit. As long as you're making your payments and stuff like that on time, they will actually give you automatic increases. That's the reason I like them. And they report to Dun & Bradstreet and Small Business Financial Exchange, okay? And PNC and SunTrust, they report to Small Business Financial Exchange. Now, if you're going after the Discover It business credit card, you might as well go after the Capital One Spark Classic because all you need is a credit score of 580. Now, Capital One pulls your FICO 8, okay, and they're gonna do an inquiry on all three credit files. All right. Now, Discover and Capital One, those are the ones that's going to report on the personal side and the business side. But the other credit cards I show you, they're only going to report on the business side. And the reason that's important because when you max out those cards, it won't affect you on a personal side, okay? So that's the reason those are so important. Now, here's a company. If you're trying to get funding, and if you're at least making 30,000 in revenue annually, that's basically about $2,250. $2,250 a month, okay? Broken down annually, all right? You don't have to be in business a year. The reason I'm telling you that is because I have clients that have only been in business 6 months, and Capital One Tap gave them $20,000 and $30,000, okay? Granted, they do pull your soft pull on your Experian FICO 9, but their main focus is how the functionality of the business, the revenue that the business. That's the reason when you open up your business bank accounts, I keep on telling you, make sure that you actually making weekly deposits. Now, again, there are some companies that if you're making $3,500 a month for at least 3 months, they will still give you funding and stuff like that. All right, and so I'm going to talk about other credit cards, but the main purpose of this video is because we're trying to leverage the Discover business credit card in order to help to get 50,000 in funding. All right. Now, U.S. Bank World Elite. Again, those net 30s, those bank accounts I told you to open up, those are the ones you want to do to leverage to be able to get the funding. People are like, well, you have to have perfect credit to get these here cards. No, you don't. On the business side, it's different. It's very different. The data points are very different. So in terms of, they're going to pull your TransUnion FICO 8, okay? They're going to do a hard pull on your TransUnion FICO 8 to be able to get this here card and stuff. But you don't have to have perfect credit. So if you're wavering between 670, 690, but you don't have any recent collections and stuff like that, this may be a good card for you. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if you pair that card up with this card, so say that both of these cards you qualify for $25,000 each. That card that I just showed you gives you 15 years of no interest, 15 months of no interest, okay? Then this one gives you 18 months of no interest. That's a free interest loan that you'll be able to use to do your real estate, your cryptocurrency investing, or even buying cars to put on Toro. And because you can max those cards out and it won't affect your personal credit. Just make sure that you're actually paying those cards back. That's the reason that these business credit cards are so important, because not only do they give you more money, but if you max them out and continue to make your payments, they will continue giving you more money. All right. Now, you have PNC Visa Business Credit Card. Now, again, with their data points are showing that all you need is a 600 credit score. So I've never dealt with PNC Bank. For those of you that are watching the video, let me know. Have you dealt with PNC Bank? What was your credit score at the time when you got this business credit card? Now, Wells Fargo. Here's the reason I like Wells Fargo. Okay. Now, I want you to all to understand this. With Wells Fargo, when they give you a business credit card, they may start you out at 5,000 or 7,000, less than 10,000. They usually start you. However, they have a business line of credit that you can apply for too at the same time if you have decent enough credit. And that business line of credit, that can be 25,000. So they'll give you a low limit credit card, but give you a high limit line of credit. So that's the reason I would tell you, definitely you want to build a relationship with Wells Fargo. Now, American Express, that's the super money. And the reason I call it super money is because once you get one American Express, okay, you can apply for other American Express cards without getting a hard inquiry. Now, I always tell people I would start with the American Express Blue Cash because that's one of the easier cards to get. And once I'm in the database, then I'll use my business information to go after this card. Now, I've been a member of American Express almost 10 years, and I've raised over six figures with them. Okay. And so they're very generous. I have three types of businesses with them. So I know that the money is good. But the thing about it is American Express just incorporated, started offering business bank accounts and business lines of credit because they purchased Cabbage. So where Cabbage was focused on people that may have businesses generating revenue, but the credit not so strong, now American Express owns that financial institution. So now building a relationship with American Express that way, you're able to get not only the business credit cards, but also the business lines of credit. Now, if you have any questions about building your business credit, if you have any questions about fixing up your personal credit so you can get qualified for that Discover It business credit card or any other business credit card, click the link in the description or check out Three-Way Funding or HoustonMcMiller.net to